Halifax Christopher Garnier told a police interrogator he had fuzzy memories of the night Catherine Campbell died, but said he remembers seeing her bleeding and hearing her final breaths. She wasn't alive when she went in the compost bin because I could hear her take her last breaths, Garnier told RCMP Corporal Jody Allison on September 16, 2015, hours after police found Campbell's body face down in thick brush near Halifax's MacDonald Bridge. I don't know how this happened. The jury continued to watch the 9.5-hour-long taped interview Wednesday at Garnier's murder trial in Nova Scotia Supreme Court. Garnier allegedly killed the off-duty Truro, NS, police officer in a Macaulay Street apartment in the early hours of September 11, 2015, and used a wheeled compost bin to dispose of her body. For the first roughly 5.5 hours of the interrogation, Garnier sat in a grey-clad room sobbing in a computer chair amidst photos of Campbell spread out on a table, telling Allison he wasn't supposed to say anything. At one point, det konst. Michelle Dux-Fahey enters the room and eventually takes over the interview, speaking to Garnier in a soft voice. He repeatedly tells her I can't when she asks him to tell her about what happened inside the apartment and take responsibility. This is your time to show it was a mistake, that it happened so fast, said Dux-Fahey, sitting close to Garnier in a chair, sometimes placing her hand on his shoulder. Allison re-enters the room. He tells Garnier he was speaking with investigators and knows what Garnier had in the car when he was arrested. The jury has heard a tarp, work gloves and rope were among the items found in the car, which was spotted driving by the area where Campbell's body was discovered in the early hours of September 16, 2015. Garnier was arrested minutes later. Allison says, "Don't tell me she was still alive when you put her in the compost bin." "No," Garnier replies. He breaks down and sobs into his hands as he tells the two investigators, "I'm trying to remember. She wasn't moving," Garnier said when asked by Allison how he knew Campbell was dead when she was put into the bin. "She wasn't breathing." Garnier said he remembered being near the front doors of the Halifax Ale House, where the two had met, but didn't he remember who approached who, or going back with her to the Macaulay apartment. He told Allison he remembers seeing Campbell bleeding from the nose. "It's all I can think about. It's why I haven't got any sleep," said Garnier, wearing a t-shirt and pants and sitting with his hands clasped together, the two officers sitting in front of him. "I remember watching it on the news. I was trying to figure out why the expletive, I would do something like that. I would never do something like that." Earlier in the interview, Garnier told Allison I'm sorry for what happened and I'm not a monster. When asked what he would say to the Campbell family, Garnier replied, "I'm sorry for what happened." He also told Allison through tears, "I never wanted anyone to die." The 30-year-old man has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and interfering with a dead body. Evidence presented at the trial has indicated Campbell was seen kissing and dancing at the bar with Garnier before leaving with him in the early hours of September